You spin me round, round, baby, round, round. Okay, maybe we should not do that all the time to not make you dizzy. But in today's video, we are going to look at circular buildings, as you may have guessed from the thumbnail you just clicked on. First of all, thank you for that. And you are right at the perfect space and place if you want to know how you make circular buildings in Planet Zoo and also obviously in Planet Zoo console version. I'm doing this tutorial yet again on console. It does work though for all other platforms. Well, obviously it's just a computer, but it does work for everything. I'm just going to do this on console because it's a tiny bit more finicky. You will have it a bit more simple on the computer. Without further ado, let's do this, and we're going to build this right over here because I want to open up my zoo over here anyway. So we're going to build like a circular area over here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I have something to put my circular build in. In this specific case, I want to make like a very round area in which we could fit later on a habitat in or so. And what I'm doing for that is I'm going to actually use the path for that, because the pathway is going to tell me how big of a thing I want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to angle snap, and I'm going to go for like 15 degrees. That should be all good. And then we are going to draw a circle. So that's pretty simple. We're just going to start over here, and we're going to start with a straight piece, and from over here we're going to start just one, and then you follow the tick, you know. It's just basically doing exactly this. It's not really much more than just always flicking it once, so you create the perfect circle. Make sure that you do not click twice, you know, that's just important. You just want to follow always one tick, and then you will end up, oops, I didn't click, that's good. There you go. Sometimes if the camera moves, you're automatically creating something odd things over here. And then, you know, you want to also make sure that this one is perfect. And there we go. Perfect circular thingy over here. And you may ask yourself, what the heck, Rudy? Now you have got a circle, but that's not the building, is it? No, it's not. Well, therefore, we are going to go to construction. You can see I pointed my cursor already rather in the center. It may actually not be the perfect center, but that doesn't really matter too much. What you want to do is go all the way back to the main menu over here, and then you hit the filter button. It's triangle on PlayStation, and it's the Y key on the Xbox, and then you go all the way over here to where you put a name in and delete whatever is in here, and then you want to type in M, U, or U, and D for mud. Hit whatever, okay, and then basically go out of this menu, select all, and where you want to go is to the mud column over here, and you're going to throw the mud column very much over here. This is the most important piece that you will need. Now you have placed this down, easy peasy. You will potentially not need this too much later on, but I'm going to show you why. So we are going to make yet again use of the wonderful grid function in this game. So what I want to do is I want to have a fence that goes all the way very close to the pathway, and it's perfectly circular. So therefore I want to have a piece that is not aligned to the grid, but to make it look good, I'm also going to put in one piece, and this is the mud wall 1 meter. And then it's important that you reduce the grid size down to 2 meters. These two steps are very important. Now you want to rotate your piece to whatever angle you're going for. I want to go now to the top of the screen. This is the test area I want to go for. So I want to go to the top of the screen. So I'm going to bring my piece almost as much as I can over here. So that is basically the area I want to go for. And then click. That's all you need to do for the moment. Press B to go back into the menu. And to keep it simple, I'm going to go and use the mud pieces from this set. You can use every other piece that is not, and that is very important, that is not a grid piece. This time around, you need to make sure that you do not have a grid piece. Click on the piece, but do not put it down as of now. We have to make sure a couple of settings on the right-hand side over here are correct, because if they're not correct, you will not be able to follow this along. So first of all, you need to have add to building off. Position snap needs to be on. Position snap rotation actually can also be turned on. Align to surface has to be on. Align to water doesn't really matter. Random rotation has to be off, and random rotation all has to be off. So these things are basically done. So we can go all the way down over here where the piece is already put down. And now I'm just going to confirm that I pressed it down. And this is the piece I want to go for. This might actually be a little bit almost too perfect. Let's see if we can use this piece instead, because that, yeah, that's a better one. I'm going to quickly explain why I used the other one, and I'm basically also going to oops, I didn't want to quit the building. Let's go back into editing, and I'm just going to delete this piece in front. So the reason why I'm using the little bit wider one is relatively simple, because it defines how granular your build will be later on. So the smaller the piece is you use all the way to the outside, the more granular your build will be, but also the more pieces you will actually use. So I don't want to go too crazy already with the pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the piece, hold on Y, and I'm going to go into the advanced move. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring this piece into a position that I find it suitable for. Very important, the one axis you do want to avoid now is the red one, the x-axis. You are not going to move it along this axis whatsoever, because you need to keep this piece centered to, and let me turn around, the mud pillar in the center. It's very important, because otherwise this technique doesn't work. Okay, so this one over here is like a little bit of a floor piece. So let's actually bring this down even further. I want to actually make sure that this is very nicely tucked to the ground. So something like this should be good. And now let me also go only to the y-axis and drag it out even more like this. Okay, fine. And I'm going to duplicate this from the origin. By the way, if you're having control issues here and just can't follow really what I'm doing, make sure to watch my overall 3-hour tutorial. In this, you're going to learn all the controls. This one is a bit more advanced over here, so if you feel uncomfortable and you do not know the controls, make sure to watch the tutorial first, because then you will know what the heck I'm doing over here, because otherwise that's going to be a bit more complicated. Okay, so I'm going to put this piece down over here. Hit Bree once, and I'm going to select this piece because we want to change the color real quick. I want to make sure that this color is somewhat more like a gray piece over here. Confirm that one. Nice. Okay, so we've done this. We can also, by the way, by now we can delete this piece. We don't need this anymore. But I don't want to keep it this way. I want to make sure that there is something on top of this one, maybe like a little bit of a log or so, just like a little, I don't know, nicer looking fence, you know, as people stand in front of it and they just look over. Maybe we want to have something else. So I'm going to go and duplicate the piece again, just so we have something for over here. And I'm going to do this once more. And I'm going to bring this piece, let me just see, and move it over here a little. And then I'll move it down just to get a bit of a detail in. There you go. Just like this little detail is nice. Okay, let me press B again, so we are back in the menu. And from over here, I mean, we still have mud typed in. I'm going to go and I'm going to delete mud. And I'm going to type in wood. Just, you know, if you know my tutorials, this is most likely what we're doing. But you can obviously also type in metal, and then you put like a metal railing on top. I just like to have like a normal railing on top. It's just my personal preference, you know. But it doesn't really, you don't really need to do anything like that. You can use whatever piece you want to, and just make like a nice looking, you know, part of it on top of it. Maybe we're gonna use the classic roof trim 2 meters here. Let's bring this over here and align this properly. Oops, you can see it's snapping a couple of times. I want to snap it here to the center. Awesome, but I'm not going to click. I'm going to hold down Y to go into the advanced rotate. I'm going to look for the Z axis to rotate this around. As you can see now, it's perfectly aligned, and you can go all the way back to advanced move. Obviously, go and grab yourself the green axis to bring it all the way down. And then, as you can see, we need to bring it outside because I think, like, you know, maybe not perfectly centered. Yeah, that is nice, you know. And we could also just select that again because I think the color is maybe not the bestest we can have. Let's see that we can find it. Yep, there you go. Oops, I'm in the menu. There you go. I just need to touch this one, and I'm gonna go and say color edit, and we're gonna make this, I don't know, maybe like a yeah, somewhat reddish. Why not? Confirm. That looks actually not too bad. That looks actually quite nice. Okay, but I'm not really buying into the mud color to the ground, so let's select that one. Oops, I can see I did a little mistake over here. I haven't been in the building, so we need to first of all ensure that both pieces are in the building. So we're gonna multi-select this one and this one, and we're going to confirm and merge that back into a group. That was my odd little mistake. Everything has to be in a group, okay? Now, as we go into the group again, let me just quickly do this. You don't need to worry, the better you stay in the group. Now, this looks all fine, and so I just want to quickly change the color of the mud piece in on the ground, and I want to make this like very kind of dark grayish. I think this is what I like. Yeah, fine. Okay, once you've done, you're almost done. You're almost done. It doesn't seem like that. But now as your fence design is done, you need to do one thing, and you just need to multi-select everything. It's very important that you also have the center mud pillar, because now the magic will happen. You will now hold down your Y key. Wait, after you obviously have confirmed that. I always forget this, dang it. Just select everything, confirm, and now you hold down your Y key, and now you go to duplicate. And what happens now is you duplicate the entire thing, the fence, with your mud pillar. Because you have the mud pillar selected, the pieces will align to the grid. If you wouldn't, the pieces wouldn't be aligned to the grid, and you would more or less just jump around. Now you use your shoulder buttons to rotate this twice, okay? Now it is exactly the opposite side. What you will do now is bring this exactly to this point, okay? Now it's perfectly aligned to the other side. What you need to do now is you need to bring it down just one click, so that it's inside of the other one. There you go, perfection, okay? Now as this is done, press B. Very important that you go to the centerpiece now and you hit Y once. Delete this middle piece once. Bam, deleted. That is, this step is vital, guys, because otherwise you will have an issue. Now you will again select everything, including both sides of it, okay? And now you will see you need to have a number on the right hand side that is not a, oh god, how do you say that in English? It is only allowed to be a straight, non-straight number. I think that's how you call that. It shall not be divided by 2. That's what I'm saying, okay? There's always one piece off. Because you have the centerpiece is, if this is a number which is, you can divide by 2, you did something wrong, okay? This centerpiece needs to be deleted first of all. And now we confirm the selection and we duplicate the whole thing again. Now you just want to click once for the rotation and you want to bring it down again one tick, okay? It's very finicky here. There you go, one tick. Confirm again. Now, very important, press B. So actually, that was once too often. My fingers a little bit too quick there. There you go. And now we go to the centerpiece and we hit Y yet again. Okay, now, wonderful. This is absolutely wonderful, guys. You have almost reached the perfect target. Now, the one thing I want to do is I want to zoom out a little, and now we need to perfectly align this to the center, okay? You have the group selected. This time around is important. Just hit the B key or the circle key as much as you want, so you're out of everything. And once you're out of everything, select the group. Once you have it selected, hold down the Y key and now go to advanced move. Once you are in advanced move, you want to go to both axes that define the ground, which in our case is the Z and X axis, okay? So you're going to go over here and find the Z and X axis. There you can see it. And now you can just move it until it's finally perfectly aligned to this circle. I think now it is, okay? It's not really that much happening. Okay, now you've done this. Awesome. We are almost done, my friends. But now the last and most important step follows. We want to get into the group again. So select the group, navigate down here to the edit key. And I'm still wondering if there's not a hotkey for that. Anyhow, once you're in the group, you want to select everything despite the centerpiece, okay? Now you go all the way around, but make sure to not, and I repeat, to not select the centerpiece, but leave it in, okay? Don't delete it as of now. We're gonna delete it later, but not now. Confirm your selection. And now what is very important is hold down your Y key, and now what you want to do is duplicate an advanced move. This is the setting you want to need, not the advanced move, not surface move, not duplicate, not delete. You want to go duplicate and advanced move, because this will keep the selection within the origin. Now, there is very important stuff that you go down, and first of all, I'm not sure if angle snap is selected, but I'm gonna go for advanced rotate first of all. There you can see it, angle snap is activated, but now you want to go all the way down to the lowest possible angle snap. In our case, this is 11.25 degrees, okay? And we are in the Y-axis, and if I click now, you will see, look at that, you're beautifully rotating around the center of the circle. Look, Look how we're doing this. This is amazing, okay? This is exactly what you want to do now. This feels like magic, and it is. And what you want to do now is you want to go step by step, okay? So step by step once, and then you just keep on doing this until you have obviously filled in your circle. Now, you obviously do notice there are still some gaps, okay? Once you've done this, you just hit B to exit this mode. And now you want to go to multi-select again, okay? Now you want to multi-select everything again. Just paint over it, the whole thing, okay? Just make sure that you paint over the entire thing. There you go. And confirm it, obviously. And now you want to go again to the advanced move and duplicate. But this time around, it's very important that you again go to the advanced rotate. Now move down to the angle snap and disable the angle snap, because now you will be able to freely move around, and you can see you are basically filling in the gap. Look at that. Press A to confirm and you are done. And once you're done with this, you can basically delete this piece in the center. And hell yeah, you have created the absolute perfect circle. Now you can tell there is a little bit of an issue here because, you know, this piece was not perfectly fitted, you know. You could, in order to make this work perfectly fine, you could obviously, when you go down here and have undone these pieces, you could now go in and create like a filling object that goes exactly into the center over here, and then you could just copy it around with the exact same method, okay? Now, just to showcase this real quick, okay? Let's do it completely simple. We're gonna click on this piece, you know, and we're going to basically, wait a sec, I'm just gonna do, wait, actually I can take a photo later on, it doesn't really matter. Now, if you go in here, you can now navigate. Oh, you know what we do? Sorry. Okay, we're gonna do this even more simple. We're gonna take this is also a good tip for you anyways, and duplicate the whole thing and move it over here, okay? We're gonna do the whole thing over here, move it down a little, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so this is fine, and we're gonna finish this off real quick over here. By the way, you don't even need to do this with one building. You could also now go in and just get in there, you know, get into the group, delete the centerpiece, you know, then exit the group, and now you could also just go in, select the group, and then say duplicate advanced move from over here, go into the advanced rotate. Okay, you make sure angle snap is not activated, and now you're just basically rotating two different groups, you know. Now it's not one building, it's actually two buildings, as you can see, but once you're going away, everything is fine. Now, just to fill in the gaps and make it look even more seamless, what you want to do is you want to go into the build itself, okay, and now what you're going to do is you're going to basically enter the group mode, and what you want to do is select only this mud column in the center and go in and duplicate this piece. And you can either put it in the same spot, or what I recommend is just click it once higher. There you go. Confirm. And what you want to do now is select only this piece. And now what you do is you split this piece from the group. Okay, now with this piece, you are in a new group which has the absolute exact same grid, okay? What you can do now is, you can see this is where the grid goes, so basically we are going to fill our piece in exactly here, okay? And this time we don't need to really focus on whatever. I'm just going to look for a piece that fits in, okay? So we are not going to make too much of a fuzz around it right now. I think this is a rather big piece. Yeah, there you go. That should be fine. And I'm just going to really quickly move this piece in. You know, I don't really waste that much time, because it's basically just to showcase, okay? So we're going to find a good spot here in the center. That looks fine to me, and honestly, I'm just going to rotate this ever so slightly so it's having the perfect angle. Awesome. And we're going to really, oops, what did I even do? Whoopa, that was not meant to be. Just rotate that a little bit further, just not too much over here. That's fine. And now go to the advanced move. And just gonna go and look for that one. And zoom out a bit. There you go. That's fine. And also let's quickly check the color to make it match a little bit more with the gray tones over here. And I also placed it. Awesome. So it's placed, right? Now what you want to do is you want to basically multi-select this piece and our center column as well. There you go. Confirm it. Now you have obviously these two pieces, and we just need to duplicate that again. Okay, so this trick now works exactly the absolute same way as before. Once you are happy with the location, flick it into the same height. Boom. Then we are going to go back, delete this one piece in the center, because when you have one piece too much, you duplicate two, and then you later on need to delete a couple more pieces from the center. So that is the whole reason why you wouldn't do that. And again, I went out of the building. What the heck am I doing? Okay, so now let's say multi-select again, multi-select this piece, multi-select this piece. Okay, fine, we've done this, awesome. And now we just need to, yeah, we need to confirm, because I'm stupid. like this is one of the UI thingies I really don't understand. I just always forget. But it, you know, once you got it, it's fine. And move it down, just make sure we have the same height, confirm, press B once, and go in and delete this piece. And now what you can do, obviously, is now we are also deleting only the outside pieces. And just to go a bit more technical, what the game obviously does now is it levels out these pieces and finds the exact middle point. As soon as you go into the advanced move tool, it irons out the exact middle point. And since we have built on the grid, it is obviously the exact middle point of the mud pillar. This is why this piece is just such a game changer, okay? Now we need to put in the angle snap again, because now we filled in the exact gap, and you will see now, as soon as we start rotating the piece, it's going to be filling in exactly the gaps, as you can see. So we can click it here, we can click it there, and there, and there, and there, and so on and so forth. Just find the gaps. Boom, we are done. Look at that. We've got two buildings with a perfect circular thing over here. We could now put a path around, make like a wonderful area here, whatnot. And obviously, as always, you can make this all smaller if you want to. Because that's just the way it is, okay? You can just make the circle. I mean, the smaller the radius is you have between the centerpiece and the most outside piece, the smaller this radius is, the smaller it's all gonna get. So if we were, for example, to paint some terrain in there now, so for example, we wanna have like, let's say some sand in here, you can see you can also use this to find the right size for you, because I obviously have a size now, and this is the size you can go for. And now you can see this is 10.8 meters. I think it means the radius it is, because I can't think this is not 10.8 in diameter. This is actually the radius. And then you can make it smaller and obviously go in here and just say, okay, in the next one I want to have some soil. And then you go in here, find the centerpiece. And you could now obviously just paint this in. You have your notification how far you need to go, and then you can put like another piece here and build an even smaller circular area. So this is how you build this, and honestly, this is all you need to know about perfectly circular builds, because from over here you can do everything. You can even make like some cake pieces out of this now. You know, you don't even need to do anything like that. If you, for example, want to have like a roundish kind of fence, you just take that one, grab a couple pieces out of it, and then just copy it around, so you just use these pieces as a circular thing. Super simple, and I do hope that this was helpful for you. Even on console, we didn't even spend that much time on doing this. It's actually really simple. The only thing is I have to do 2 habitats in here now. Dang it! Anyways, we will see each other for the episode where I do these habitats, I guess. And until then, you will actually follow the channel, sub to the channel, and you will watch all my tutorials. I bet you will. So, see you next one. Bye!